Hi, everyone. So I am going to go over the Banquo's Ghost scene writing assignment. So based on that long scene we read yesterday, scene 4, where Macbeth sees Banquo's ghost at the dinner, kind of goes crazy. We know what Macbeth is seeing and what he's thinking because we know a lot about Macbeth. What you're going to be doing is using those same basic details but doing a little bit of creative writing because you're going to write the scene from another character's perspective. Um, so using what you know about the characters present at Macbeth's dinner party, write the scene from their perspective. You can include their own inner monologues, asides, conversations with other characters, and conversations after they leave the party. Keep in mind what these characters already know, their relationship with Macbeth, and the relationships with each other. This assignment must be written in the same format of the play. Well, I'm going to go over that in a second. I'm going to show you some examples. But what that means is basically you're not just going to write a big paragraph. The whole thing is pretty much going to be conversations. So you're going to write like Macbeth, what he says, Lady Macbeth, and what she says, Ross, and what he says, Macbeth. So like that. You're not going to write, a huge paragraph with lots of narrative about what's going on because that's not how plays are written. Plays are written with characters saying things. So that's the format you're going to be taking here. For the character before the party begins, during Macbeth's visions, and after they leave, if it makes more sense for your story to focus on really one or two parts of that, that's okay. This must be at least a page and a half in length, but the more the better. So page and a half, but the thing is, because we're writing it as dialogue, you're starting a new line all the time. So a page or a page and a half is really not that much, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So I've given you this outline. I do want you to fill this out. That should really be what you probably do today. Character name, so-and-so. Character traits, just what you know about them. Nice, smart, funny, whatever. What does his character think about Macbeth? Suspicious of Macbeth becoming king. Does his character already know Macbeth's secrets? So for instance, if you're talking about one of the murderers, yeah, they probably know at least about Banquo. If you're talking about Lady Macbeth, if you're going to do it from her perspective, she knows some. If you're talking from Ross's perspective, he probably doesn't know about the murders. He might know other secrets of Macbeth that you can make up, but he doesn't know about Macbeth killing the king. Details to include prior to dinner. So this is kind of like the beginning, middle, and end of your story. What's this character up to at the beginning? What's this character up to during the dinner, in the middle? And details to include after dinner. What is this character up to when they're leaving Macbeth's castle? And then you just write it right below here. Okay? So what I've done is I've brought in some examples from last year. So example 1, this is their outline. They're talking about Ross. They give a couple traits, what Ross knows, and some details prior and during dinner. And this is their text. So it's all conversation between Ross, Lennox, some lords. Macbeth comes in. They're pointing to the empty chair. It's a page and a half. It really is. It's not even that much. But as you can see, the dialogue lines are very short. A page and a half is not a lot of writing here. Example 2, they did Lady Macbeth, described her. She knows all of his secrets, some details about what she's doing. So here in the beginning, Lady Macbeth is talking to the servants. There's some scene directions, which is really good. I love that. Hint, hint. Lady Macbeth talking to Macbeth. She sends the guests home. What is wrong with you? Whatever. And the third example I have is from Banquo's perspective. And in this perspective, he really is a ghost and he's here to haunt Macbeth. So they're kind of putting their own spin on this. And this is a longer one, but still it's double spaced. So that's why it's longer. None of these are a whole lot of writing. You're telling the story in some brief conversation. But keep in mind, there's a lot of different characters you can use. I had one person who did it from the perspective of a servant. And so it was all what the servant has heard in the castle, um, their perspective on Macbeth's freaking out. I think at one point the servant heard Macbeth talking to the murderer and the servant was talking to another servant about what he heard, so that you can really put your own spin on it. The point of this is to get you writing, and for you to kind of show what you know about these characters and how they would act and what's going on in the play. You can be creative, just make sure you use a few specific details from the actual scene. It should kind of take place in that same scenario. If you have any questions, let me know, and good luck. So this is going to be your assignment really Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to work on it. So I suggest doing the outline on Wednesday, maybe the first half of the text on Thursday, and the second half on Friday, and turn it in. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.